Hey folks, this is BestInSlot and welcome back to our Mod Spotlight series for Jurassic World Evolution 2. It's been a little while since we did this, so there's a bunch of really cool mods to check out. Tons of new species, new cosmetics for existing species, stuff like that. A really cool mix today. But before we dig into that, disclaimer, as per usual, mods can possibly break your game, especially when the game updates, which kind of thought it would be pretty soon, but we suspect it's maybe going to be more like December-ish sort of time for like a DLC. Maybe we'll get a free update sometime in the coming weeks for the anniversary of the game, which is 10 days away. Anyways, mods can cause trouble when that happens. If it does happen, it's not my fault, it's not Modmaker's fault, and most importantly, it's not Frontier's fault. Right, let's get started because we have quite a lot to do today. First things first, you'll have seen it in the distance. This is the one I've been waiting for. This is a new AMPHITHEATRE mod called AMPHITHEATRE Variants by Scary Face. And basically what it does is it adds an amphitheater variant for each biome in the game. And as you can see, so this is the, what's this one? This is the temperate version. And you can see in the rock there, it doesn't have that desert sort of colouring, it's got this temperate colouring instead, much more appropriate for this landscape. Beyond that, there's also two further variants where you can either get rid of the San Diego text, which would make sense, or, because I don't love how that looks, the Jurassic Park looks a little bit out of place, you can actually just get rid of the arch altogether, don't have it there, and you can get this, and it kind of looks fantastic anyway. You don't really need the text going along for it to look good, I don't think. So yeah, really cool mod. Lets you use the amphitheater in every single biome, and have it look really appropriate at the same time. What I'll do now is or maybe I've already been doing it, I'll bring up a few of the images that Scaryface has posted. This isn't a cosmetic, this isn't an addition, this does replace your existing amphitheater, so you do have to download the specific one you want and use that in your build. So we're going to head over to our hatchery, which is over here, and check out our first dinosaur for today, Raptor. Okay, let's pick a skin we like here. Look at this red one. Whew. Intense. Okay, that is Raptor by Mastodute. This is a Megaraptoran from Lake Cretaceous, Argentina. 20 feet long, but that's only an immature specimen, the one that we have. And fun fact-ish, I guess, the holotype for Raptor showed signs of an infection on the left side of the brain case, and 2 puncture wounds inflicted by the teeth of a theropod. A different theropod entirely, a different species, or another Raptor, we don't know. But it's likely that the puncture wounds from those teeth, those bite marks, caused the infection, and that infection spread and did quite a lot of damage to the holotype of Raptor, where in the left side of its head deformed and the ribs deformed, all from this infection. We're going to get social on him. You tell him, buddy. So yeah, this is a really cool, really interesting looking dinosaur. You know, you can see it's feathered, and the feathering looks really good. It's got this lovely shine. It's a very well brushed Raptor, to say the least. It's very shiny, but it's got this kind of like almost sort of downy. Okay, you're in a terrible position. It's got this kind of almost downy feathering. You can just see it's like it's poking up a little bit, especially over here near the head and the back of the neck. It's definitely fluffy, but it's more sleek and agile rather than actively fluffy and feathery in that sort of way, which makes sense a lot for this kind of predatory theropod. Interesting sort of leopard spotting kind of pattern, and then these huge bursts of colour over there by the head. Just another really cool, unique dinosaur by Mastodute, who always brings these really interesting species to play as well. These species that a lot of people won't have heard of, which I really appreciate. Okay, next we're going to check out a 5 species pack, and these are all, again, new species, not replacements. This is Trips Eurasia pack by Trippy. It is Tripey, but we'll say Trippy28. So this is a pack of 5 animals. We've got Aramborgiania. Aramborgiania, we'll go with that. We've got Meteoranchus. I've popped a couple of them out already. We'll see another in a sec. We've got Meteoranchus, as you can see. Very cool. And over here we've got Paleophis, which is a sea snake, basically, an aquatic snake. Which is always a pretty cool thing to have as well, something we don't currently have in the game. Look at that, it's just a big old tube of snaky goodness. And the one I'm most excited for, however, is over here. Is there anything I missed? Oh yeah, Yangchuan-saurus is always still there, but also Hatzegopteryx, one of my all-time favourite creatures. Hatzegopteryx, the robust, ferocious predatory at Starkid of Harteg Island. An apex predator. It's just cool to have another Starkid in the game. You know, we've got our gigantic Quetzalcoatlus, and then we kind of didn't get anything past that. And this is a beauty. This looks really good. You can see it's got that thicker neck, that thicker sort of body that we'd associate with Hatzicopteryx. There's really interesting patterning there on the crest, and just below that as well, this sort of ringed area there. And you're just going to fly in the tree like a pain in the ass, aren't you? Love this kind of almost archway colouring down there along the neck, and then this quite evocative patterning there on the skin of the wings as well, and a little tail floof at the back. Just a really cool varied pack, tons of different things, all from Eurasia. So again, if you want to build like a Eurasian mini park, you could definitely do something like that. And another gigantic at Starkid, which more than anything for me is a very, very cool thing. Well done, Tripey. Alright, next up on our list, we're going back to the Dinosaurs, and we're going to have a Sinraptor. I've been looking forward to showing this one for a while because the skins are incredible for this thing. They really are. So, this is Sinraptor, a Metriacanthosaurid. Oh, by Mastodon, I should say. A Metriacanthosaurid from late Jurassic China. Not actually a raptor, it's a Metriacanthosaurid. I mean, raptor, inverted commas, doesn't really mean anything per se, but you know what I mean. It's not a Dromaeosaurid or a Megaraptoran. And up to nearly feet long, this was a pretty large predator, especially for its time. This is one of Duke's best dinosaurs, I think. I just think that patterning, that striping, and that really, really strong coloration. This one in particular with this kind of, I don't know, Miami kind of beach vibes. And then we've got the spikes down the back, a little bit of a hump there. Nice interesting crest detail on the head. And just, yeah, really evocative pattern. You know, you can have sort of slightly more chill ones if you wanted, but if you want to go bam with the colour, this one in particular, this kind of fiery tiger skin, especially around the head, just looks absolutely exceptional. Some of Mastodon's best pattern work for sure, and then it just fades into darkness. Really long tail in this guy, so actually, this boy is all tail. Now that I look at it, definitely get the feeling it's a sleek and agile predator, but with a little bit of robustness in there. You tell him, buddy, in there as well. Right. Speaking of sleek and agile predators, our next is a new cosmetic for the Qianzhousaurus. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. Qianzhou? Here we go. So this is my bad. There's probably a skin combo out there that's a little bit closer to the program, but this is the Prehistoric Planet Qianzhousaurus by Mr. Troodon. And of course, it is meant to be it's a new cosmetic for the Qianzhousaurus that changes. It's a new cosmetic for the Qianzhousaurus that changes the morphology and the skin and everything like that to more resemble the Qianzhousaurus from Prehistoric Planet. And it really does feel like the Prehistoric Planet Qianzhousaurus, I'm going to stop saying the name of the dinosaur, come to life. It's a really, really accurate rendition, especially the work here, again, the back of the head and along the back of the body here. You see this little bit of fluff, which if you go watch Prehistoric Planet, you can definitely see, especially when it first pokes its head out beyond the trees, this little gathering of fluff around the back of the head and down the back. And I think that's probably more common thing in theropods and dinosaurs than we would generally see at the moment in paleomedia as well. It's just that little smattering of fluff. Not too much, but a little bit on there. Yeah, really cool. I don't have much else to add on this one. It's just a really, really good recreation of the one from the show. And you can birth it in the correct colours, but it's nice that if you wanted to have it in a bunch of different colours, you do have variety in that respect as well, including this one. It's this bright red Dorothy feet. I mean, they're orange, but still. That actually looks really good, that one. And really, really nice patterning work here. The detail around the head in particular, this bit here is just really... Why do I still have this bug to this day? Why does my camera rotate? Yeah, the detailing there, the patterning around the head is really top-notch. It looks absolutely beautiful. Right, 2 left to go. I don't know what's going on with this one. This is another Mastodon mod. This is Volcanodon. It has bugged a little bit. There's no name for some reason. I don't know why when all the others are working, but Volcanodon. A little bit less exciting on the patterning this one, it must be said. Poor Sorapods always get the short shrift, don't they? This guy, what a beauty. You can see it's quite small. Oh, it takes ages though. You see it's quite small. It is a sauropod from early Jurassic Africa. I should mention this is Mastodon. I think I already did, but I'll mention it again. For a long time, Volcanodon was the oldest sauropod on record, like the earliest sauropod on record, like from the earliest times. recorded. You know what I mean? The oldest, basically. And still now represents one of the most basal sauropods around. It really represents a mix of the later sauropods that would come, that would derived sauropods that would come later on, and the bipedal sauropodomorphs that kind of led to Volcanodon and led to the rest of the sauropods as well. So you can see it's got the kind of basic proportion, well, basic shape of the sauropod. We're moving around quadrupedally, for example. We've got the long neck, etc., etc. But the proportions, you can kind of get a sense for it as it walks around. It's been rendered really well by Master Dude here, but you can feel the proportions are a little bit off. This feels like a creature that was maybe, did I just do that twice? This feels like a creature that was maybe walking bipedally not that long ago. Just based, how short those forelimbs are. They are straighter than on a sauropodomorph, but they're shorter, and the proportions are a little bit imbalanced, and basically this is that halfway step between a sauropodomorph and the later sauropods, although leaning more towards the latter. It feels weird, it feels strange, and that I think is what Volcanodon would have felt like given that sort of midway in evolution. This one over here is really cool actually, I quite like the skin. That little burst of colour down there on the back. How do you feel, Volcanodon? There's something it does feel primitive and primal in a way, doesn't it? I don't know what it is, I think it's the texture work on the face in particular. Very, very strange creature. Right, the last mod to check out today is more sauropod goodness. It is the... Can you all stop hanging around the bloody hatchery, please? It is the Sorapod Cosmetic Pack by Hokal1215. Now, this pack is kind of madness, for reasons you'll see in just a second. It's I'm going to pop out the Dreadnoughtus first. So this is a new cosmetic for the Dreadnoughtus as part of this cosmetic pack. Like I said, this isn't a replacement, so you can have this and your regular Dreadnoughtus. No problems whatsoever. Okay, this takes too long. There's bloody sauropods, man. But yeah, very cool Dreadnoughtus there. That big, thick neck. What we would expect for something like the Dreadnoughtus. Something that, maybe like giraffes where they would battle by whipping their necks back and forth. An absolute chunk of a neck. Really big thighs as well. Just all the things I love to see in my dinosaurs. And my women, those terrifying eyes. Lovely jubbly. And there you go. What a unit. So, the point of this pack, this Sauropod Cosmetic Pack, is new paleo-accurate cosmetics for, I think it's every sauropod in the game. It's Alamosaurus, Amargasaurus, Apatosaurus, Brachiosaurus, Camarasaurus, Diplodocus, Dreadnoughtus, Mamenchisaurus, and Nigersaurus, as well as a new species in the Giraffatitan. Now, it's not just that. I'm not going to show you all these, of course. I'm actually just going to show you this one. Go definitely check out the mod page down below. But it's not just that. There's various new species for these genera as well. So if I go over here and we go to Mamenchisaurus, it's very easy to confuse these for species. But of course, when we say Mamenchisaurus, we don't mean a species. We mean the genus Mamenchisaurus. And then there's individual species within it. Have I forgotten the alphabet? There we go. All right, so we go Mamenchisaurus. We've got a default. And then we've got 6 different species variants for Mamenchisaurus. So we've got Anuensis, we've got Constructus, we've got Hochuensis, Jinyanensis, Sino, Canadorum, Youngi, and Randomperec. But yeah, all these different species. Look at that. Incredible. And slightly different body shapes and stuff like that. All the 6 different species of Mamenchisaurus. Let's just pop this one out nice and quick. So basically, if you wanted a ton of sauropod, not only if you want accurate sauropods, paleo-accurate sauropods, which bear in mind, like I said, this doesn't replace anything in your parks, you don't lose access to your old sauropods, but if you wanted a ton of sauropod variety in your game, like 12 new species or something of sauropod instantly, download this pack and you're done. And also you can just pick and choose which ones you want to use, and you get this really imbalanced, terrifying looking Mamenchisaurus. Looks like it's ready to topple over any second now. With his teeny little legs and that massive bloody neck. But yeah, a humongous pack, really well made, and full of cool sauropod cosmetics. I highly recommend you check it out. Right, that's it from me. So big shout out to Scary Face for the fantastic amphitheatre. Then we've got Master Dude, Trippy28. I think it's probably meant to be Trippy, but there's only one P, so I'm going to call it Trippy. I know I say this every single time Trippy uploads, but still. Master Dude, Trippy28, Mr. Troodon, and Hokal1215 for the fantastic new species and the cosmetics. Some really, really cool stuff here. Definitely worth waiting for. This is a highlight for me. I'm very, very excited about this. We're going to have to use that in a build. I am planning a build, I promise, but I've been kind of waiting for the update at this point in time because I don't want to start one and then the update comes out and breaks everything. You know what I mean? But we'll definitely get there. in the end. But a really, really cool selection of dinosaurs today. The Sinraptor in particular, I think, is my pick of the new species and stuff. Just, I mean, mainly because of coloration. This one in particular, I think, is absolutely awesome. That's right. I think you're awesome. Well done, buddy. Well done. How do you feel? You feel sexy? That's what Sinraptor sounds like. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. If you like and enjoyed the video, check out the description down below for a mod list link, which contains links to all of the mods in today's video, and a link to the mods in all the other videos if you want like a quick, easy way to pick up some cool new dinosaurs, etc. for your parks. And yeah, thanks for joining me. Cheers. Much love, as always. Bye-bye.